Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we have another story.
The Little Prince's New Adventure. Once upon a time, in a realm beyond our own, there lived a little prince who resided on a tiny planet called Asteroid B-612. The little prince, a boy with golden hair and a laughter that echoed across the silent cosmos, was the sole inhabitant of this minuscule planet, save for a rose he loved and nurtured. One day, the little prince, after a long conversation with his rose, felt a pull in his heart, a yearning for a new adventure. He yearned to explore the universe, meet new friends, and learn ever more about life. So, with a heavy heart, he bade his beautiful rose farewell, promising to return with stories untold, and he set off on his journey. His first stop was a planet inhabited by a king with no subjects, a man who ruled an empty world with an iron fist. The little prince observed the king's loneliness, his need for control, and his empty pride. He left the planet with a newfound understanding of the importance of humility and the emptiness of power without love or friendship. Next, he arrived at a planet where a vain man lived. The man spent his days admiring his reflection, seeking admiration but offering none in return. From this man, the little prince learned the value of appreciation and the hollowness of vanity. He continued his journey, encountering more inhabitants along the way, each teaching him something new. A lesson about adulthood, loneliness, friendship, love, and loss. He met a businessman, a lamplighter, a geographer, and many more. Each encounter was a lesson, a piece of the puzzle that is life. Among his travels, the little prince landed on Earth, in a desert, where he met a stranded pilot. Their encounter was the beginning of a unique friendship. The little prince shared his stories and his wisdom with the pilot, who was deeply moved by the boy's observations of life. The little prince, in turn, learned about humans, their complexities, and their simple joys. The little prince met a fox on Earth, who taught him one of the most important lessons in life. One sees clearly only with the heart. What is essential is invisible to the eye. This resonated deeply with the little prince. It reminded him of his rose, waiting for him back on his small planet. He realized that his rose, unique to him, was his responsibility, and that he cherished it not because of how it looked, but because of the time and love he had invested in it. With this realization, the little prince decided to return to his asteroid. He had seen many worlds, met many beings, and learned many lessons. But he knew now that his tiny planet with his beloved rose was his home. As he bid the pilot and the fox goodbye, he left with a promise to return someday, with more stories from his tiny world. He embarked on his journey back home, his heart full of love and understanding, ready to reunite with his rose. And so, the little prince continues to live on his tiny planet, his life enriched by his adventures and his love for his rose. To this day, he gazes at the stars and wonders about the vast universe, yearning for another adventure.